Humorously Speaking, and the objective of the project is to warm up the audience. So I'm excited to hear how he warms up this audience with his speech entitled The Haircut. Let's welcome Tim Gawry.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, tell Toastmasters guests. Well, I have a very philosophical question for all of you. How long do you think it should take to give me a standard, regulation military haircut? Now, 33 years ago tonight, I reported Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego, California for my very first haircut. And if you've ever seen the movie Full Metal Jacket, the opening scene, that was pretty much what it was like. They cut me, they shaved my head like a sheep at harvest time. I tell you, it didn't take any time at all. If it took 90 seconds, it took 10 minutes, but it was probably closer to 90 seconds. In and out of that chair, done. Now, this is not a complicated process. There's no chemicals involved. They don't color your hair. There's no curlers. There's no blow dryers. There's no big thing you sit under. Nothing like that. So, a few weeks ago, about 2 haircuts ago, I'm on my way back to base from a medical appointment. And I've been bypassed my regular barber. She was kind of off in a different direction. And I stopped off at this place on Bell Chase Highway. I walked in, note the time, it is 10 minutes to 11 in the morning. I walked in, there's nobody in the place except 2 barbers. One guy sitting off to the right, reading the paper or something. He gets up, says, how you doing, come on in, what can I do for you? Gotta get a haircut. I sat down, and 23 minutes later, I got up. I would like to say I'm speechless, but that wouldn't make any sense because I did a speech about it now. Again, this simple process, right? Well, he starts off. He's got the electric razor, and like most barbers will say, you want number 2, number 1, whatever. Number 2, okay. He starts off shaving my head. 5 minutes later, he finally stops. And he switches to number 1 adapter. 5 minutes later, he stops. And he takes off the adapter and just goes, we're getting out of business now. He's going, we're going for skin now. A haircut for me is just skin around the side, the back, a little off the top. You know, skin so smooth to be like a baby's butt, right? He finally gets down to business, cuts off all the hair. And I discovered something that has never happened to me before when I've got my hair cut is my hair grows as it's being cut. This is weird. I've never seen it happen before because he would do this side, spend about 30 seconds, 40 seconds, then he would go over here, 35, 40 seconds, then he would go back to this side, then he'd go to the back, then he'd back over to this side, then he'd go over to this side. Now, he's doing this and he's mumbling stuff to me about how he wanted to join the Marine Corps when he was younger, but he didn't. And he became a barber. He's been a barber all his life in New Orleans. And he knew a UFC fighter had a 10-second Corvette, and then he bought a 12-second Corvette. I'm going, yeah, right, really? Okay, yeah, And I'm just watching the clock, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing? This is a simple haircut. My regular barber takes maybe 7 minutes. And that's me walking out of my car, coming in, taking my blouse off, sitting down, getting a cut, getting up, paying her, putting my blouse back on, and getting out. 7 to 10 minutes, I'm done. Not this guy. So he's cutting my hair, mumbling, and I'm just kind of agreeing with him. Yeah, watching the clock. And the kicker, funny thing is, the real kicker here is, after he's cut down this side down the skin, I'm watching him, thinking, when is this guy going to stop? I got things to do. I'm an important member of the United States military. I got things to go. I got slide work on him. He gets the razor. He's got a comb. Mind you, there's no hair on my head. It's a little bit on the top, and he does this. I'm like, what are you doing? There's no hair there, and you're combing it and cutting it. What is this guy doing? Well, needless to say, I was just a little shocked and surprised that this guy is just dragging this thing out. And finally, he let me up from the chair, and he let me go. Now, getting a haircut is really pretty frustrating. You would think it'd be a simple process. Again, even the base is bad. If you ever go by the barber shop on a base, if you ever get one, two things in common. Ever since I've been in the Marine Corps the past 35 years, two things are in common. One, when you walk by, you will see somebody sitting there that does not need a haircut. Somebody like this gentleman right here. And I go by and I stare at him through the window with the heat like, why are you there? Oh, you know, that devilish voice, you don't belong here. Why are you there? I need a haircut like this. If I can pull my hair, I need a haircut. But somebody will there, eventually, somebody like with his hair will need it. Will be standing there waiting to get a haircut. The second thing is the barber. Slow is molasses in the wintertime. Let me tell you something. It will take somebody, a barber, a military barber, about 10 minutes to cut his hair. The way it is right now. So going to the base barber shop is almost just out of the question. Last week, for example, I needed a haircut. I went by the base barber shop. There were 3 people in line, 1 in the chair, 1 barber. I came back 45 minutes later. One of the people that was in line was just getting ready to get his haircut. Slow. That's definitely slow. Anyways, to answer the question, how long should it take to give me a regular simple haircut? I'm figuring somewhere between a New York minute and a lot less than a Louisiana hour.